Well, it was really based on my early experience in the dot-com era, starting an interactive agency back in 94 and 95, and seeing how netiquette went out the window so quickly. We really wanted to make sure that the ethics part stayed a part of it. But more importantly, actually, I saw a bigger problem. As the more and more people became connected, what happens is there's a new gap. You know, we talk about the digital divide and people not having access. Well, there's another one, which is not being able to search and not knowing how to search. And not knowing how to search, you might as well not be connected. Because I have friends who will go through 20 pages of Google to get to their results. And, you know, and I have friends like, close friends like Randy and others, they can know how to search, get on the first page. It's about time saving, it's about access to information, and it's about knowing who to trust and what to trust. And then on the other side of the coin, like this equipment here, it's about knowing how to produce media, how to be a part of the conversation, how to find a platform for your voice. So we wanted to create an organization that would help lift the overall industry and allow for it to professionalize over time in a way that would still hold on to those ethics.
So tell me what your goals are for the next year for Social Media Club.
The next year, well, we were talking before, there's already this kind of black hat stuff starting to emerge, and some people coming in saying they're social media experts, and there's a big backlash about people having egos. Well, people have egos, that's okay, that's normal. But the problem being is that they're experts because they got to 5,000 followers on Twitter. Now, that's not expertise, that's spamming. You don't need that much skill to get to 5,000 followers if you follow these techniques of follow 2,000 people, 1,000 follow back. So we're going to start focusing on trying to find some solutions around that. And in fact, today a solution was suggested by someone on Twitter, Bill Johnson actually, that maybe what we could do is like a secret shopper program of all these trainings and course materials where people could go and, you know, is this good? Do they really know what they're saying or do they not? And so we're going to start finding ways to, you know, point to the people who are doing really good work and doing it the right way and try to find ways to kind of have public reviews of those who aren't. The other thing that's really important for us right now is smcedu.org, which is our Social Media Club Education Initiative. And we're bringing together professors from universities and even some high schools from around the world to share their curriculum, to help develop a syllabus, and help more schools bring social media into their ongoing curriculum. And then beyond that, it's about connecting the dots between the different chapters and allowing for better collaborative action as an industry.
Tell me what some of the tactics that you use, what do you think are some of the best practices for using social media?
Well, the best stuff is actually being human. I actually have a slide presentation you can check out on the social media principles, and if you read them, it's like how to be a good neighbor. And it's really that thing, and organizations need to learn how to be good neighbors just as well as some people do. And it starts with the right attitude. If you come in with the right attitude, you can adapt as you move and as you encounter new problems. And if somebody points out that you did something wrong, being able to admit it, that we're human and we make mistakes, learn from it, and change, and then try it again. And people respect companies and people who do this, as opposed to the spin meisters who try to cover up their mistakes and pretend it didn't happen and other stuff. So that, I hate saying this, transparency, authenticity, and generosity is sharing. You know, how are we sharing with people? And really that's the best. You know, I never tried to get a lot of followers on Twitter. I've just continually shared and tried to help people. And as a result of that, over 2+ years now, I'm over 10,000 followers. You know, if I had done these other techniques that a lot of other people are doing, I'd probably be over 100. But that's not my point. You know, even with Social Media Club, our goal wasn't to have a lot of people at events. Our goal is to have quality conversations and quality connections between people so that we could learn and continue to share stories and learn from one another. And that peer-to-peer learning, you know, comes back to my first experience with bar camp, at the first bar camp. And in fact, if I didn't somehow randomly end up at the first bar camp, I probably never would have created Social Media Club.
If people are looking to get into social media for the first time, they don't know anything about it, are there any resources that you can recommend that people turn to?
Yeah, the best one is to turn to each other, honestly, because the people you trust and the people you know who are doing it are the best sources to go to. Because you can have an honest dialogue with them about your real problems and your real questions. I see too many times people want to be perfect and know everything and can't admit that they're new or a beginner. So the idea of being a beginner is a really important part. For resources online, you know, what I suggest to most people is to dive in and try it. Just find a way to try it in a safe way, whether that's as an organization doing a sandbox, or if it's as an individual, just getting on Facebook and starting to use it with friends and family, first and foremost. The second one is to see who else other people are following and start reading their stuff. Not just what they're publishing today, but everything they've been publishing over the last year plus. And then the third one I always recommend is find your local social media club chapter, come out and say hi to people.
I think sometimes people get nervous about looking kind of dumb when
Yeah.
they're out there. What do you do about that? What do you say to people?
It's interesting because inside organizations as well, it's a similar problem. In fact, I think that success in social media largely comes from personal development and being able to say, oh, I made a mistake. Having the confidence that you can say, I screwed up, and here's what we're going to do about it. So everyone's got to really just kind of, I hate to say grow up, but we have to find more comfort in ourselves and in our own confidence, and those are the people who do really well.
And everyone is really pretty new at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Area of expertise that people have been doing for years and years and years.
Yeah, I don't like using the term expert. In fact, my Twitter avatar is me sitting at a desk at UC Berkeley, because I want to impart that I'm no master or expert. I'm a practitioner. I'm a student. And every day I'm learning. But I know that I have the right attitude so that when I come to it, I'll figure out the right path to go, whatever problem or opportunity I encounter.
Anything else you want to share with social media club members?
Yeah, thanks. It's an amazing thing. We've pushed this out to the edge, and we've really let go a lot to allow people to do what they think is appropriate for their own community. The one thing that's really important for all of them around the world, really, not only across the country, is actually to encourage more diversity, to find ways to invite other groups to come in and participate each month, to reach out, whether it's reaching out to an underserved area of the community, or if it's reaching out to the athletic community, or entertainment, or PR, or teachers, is to continue to bring in a diversity of voices and perspectives, and to continue to encourage that.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much.